Hey guys, welcome to Oxidize.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome back. It is good to be with you tonight. We've got a full house for the first time in a while as I have come back from my world travels, and we'll get into that a little bit. But before we get too far down that rabbit hole, we've got Adam.
What's
What
up?
up? We've got Adam's
Ah.
chair. I can hear it. I hope it goes through to the air. And then we've got Atlas, who I had the
You
wrong button
literally
hit,
muted.
so muted.
Hi.
That's how
Well,
it
hi
goes.
guys. What's up?
It's been a while
How's
since
it
we've done this,
going?
so you
Yes,
gotta
it
expect
has.
some technical difficulties.
I have updated score totals for F1.
We will get there. So real quick on the trip, I told you guys we were taking a little European vacation, which we did. We went from Lucerne, Switzerland to Basel, boarded the ship, was in Germany for 4 nights, was in France for 1, and then we were in Amsterdam for a couple after that. And all that just equals is a phenomenal trip. If you get the opportunity to tour the Rhine River or Germany, France, Amsterdam, which I guess would be the Netherlands, or Switzerland, all of the countries that we were in, we just absolutely loved. It was on a Viking cruise ship that went right up the Rhine River, and a definite high recommendation that if you are looking for a Viking or a river cruise, that Viking would be a pretty good way to do it. Now, for the most of the demographics here, I would say don't worry about it for about 40, 50 years, as we were the youngest folks on board. So, it is typically a little bit of an older generation. That just meant that
Wait,
I just
y'all
looked
were
like
the
a teenager.
youngest?
Well, there was a couple of people that had their grandkids with them, but yes, the vast majority of folks were way
That's
older.
crazy.
So
Those are like dinosaurs.
yeah,
Welcome to
exactly.
Jurassic Park for real.
Yeah, the person in the room 2 doors down was T-Rex, so that was real nice. All right, so getting started, Atlas, you said that you've got some updated Formula One and IndyCar, right? So we haven't touched IndyCar since the Long Beach Grand Prix, which was a couple of weeks ago. And
I think it's the same because we haven't had one since.
yeah, but you didn't talk about it. I don't
Oh
think
my
we've
gosh. I
even
don't
hit
know
on
if I
Long
did.
Beach because of the way that we did the recordings. So it's worth hitting both IndyCar and Formula One. Again, if you're just joining us or you're new to this, we are in the throes of racing season at this point. The three of us here, the main cast, have a IndyCar championship going with Fantasy, and then Atlas and I are doing a little Formula One shindig. So with that, I'll turn it over to Atlas and let them hit the results.
Hit the Quan. Okay. So for IndyCar, we have me with 1,772. We have Dad or Eric with 1,698, and we have Adam with 1,618. What a nerd. And then for F1, as of yesterday, I have 4,477, and Eric has 3,488.
Whoa.
So Atlas continues to kick some butt as we head into the again, race season really starting to pick up. IndyCar's off for a few weeks, then they go to Barber. In the back of the studio, Atlas drinking on some Diet Baja Blast just decides to blast it all over her shirt.
Ew, that sounds really weird.
So that's it was you, not me. So we've got one race to go in Barber, and then they come to Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. First for the Grand Prix about the second week of May, and then we get ready for
Some
real
random
business.
thing called the Indy 500.
Real
you guys have
business
probably never heard
on
of
May
it.
25th. Adam, if you could guess right now, and don't look this up, how many days away are we from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? No. Not many days. We're only a couple of hours, not even a 25-minute trip here from the studio. But how many days away are we from the Indianapolis 500?
Sunday the 25th. 34.
Got a nerd doing some math here.
All right.
34
Put
or
it this way.
35 days. One of the two.
There's this number means something to the race. That's all I'm going to say.
Back home
There-
again.
Then I'm going to say It's
no.
36. Because isn't this your 36th?
Oh, fair. I like what you're talking about. It will be my 36 500, but no. How
Then I
many
do not know.
cars? How many cars start the race each
Oh,
year?
33.
32.
33. We've
Nope.
got 33 cars.
Guys, I'm such a fake fan.
that start the Indianapolis 500. 11 rows of 3 traditionally, and there was a couple of years where that wasn't the case, but all of the others since have happened where it was 11 rows of 3. So one of our favorite things to do here on the studio is what we like to call trivia.
Yes,
And for those of you
sir.
that don't know, trivia is where I ask a question that I know the answer to, and they have to answer. And if you've also never heard of trivia, this is the most popular podcast in the world. So if you go with both of those, we're in good shape. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And this is a first to answer, first to 5, and April 21st, don't date the podcast edition of Indy 500
April
Trivia,
21st, 8:54.
which we will continue to do as we get closer for the next 33 days. Adam, are you
Yes.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Atlas, are you ready?
Yeah.
The distance of one lap around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is
2.5 miles.
Adam 1, Atlas -7,
Nerd. Jeez.
also 0. The winner of the Indianapolis 500 gets to drink what?
Milk.
Or
Atlas 1.
it was 3 years ago, somebody drank orange juice because that's what they have they have an orange juice farm.
It was not 3 years ago.
It was some amount of time ago.
You're wrong.
It
You're
was
wrong. Boo.
1992.
Was it?
It would be, so what you're looking for, Atlas, will
I see
be
him, top right.
Fittipaldi's second.
Yeah.
Was it
Top right.
92?
Top right. Or I don't know.
No, that's not him. So he won
What are
it
you
in
looking at?
93.
93.
I have a picture that Atlas put together for me that has every winner since I've been going, which was 1989. So,
Oh, cool.
but yeah, in 1993, Emerson Fittipaldi did drink orange juice because he owns a orange farm in Brazil, which is where he's from. But yeah, milk was the traditional answer, and I was so confused. Atlas got that correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Atlas 1, Adam 1.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. This is a big one. How many perfect left-hand turns does the race winner have to complete to win the Indy 500?
202? I don't know. That doesn't
No,
even
it's-
make sense. I don't know.
It's 500 laps.
No, it's
200
not 500
no, it's-
laps. It is
it's
500. Dude, it's
If-
500 kilometers, I think, or
It's
500 miles.
250 laps.
Mm,
Or 200 laps.
It's not
250 laps.
250 laps. It's like 202.
This is fun, guys.
It
I hope
is
you're enjoying it
literally.
as much
It's
as
like
I am.
250. It's 202, is it not?
Let's do some math, folks.
It's gonna be. It's gonna
how
be.
many-
Hold.
200.
No,
But I know it's more than 200.
it's
200
more
what?
than 200 because they have to do 4 turns in a lap.
Okay, we're getting there.
200.
So it's 200
808.
times 4.
800. 808. 809.
It's-
810.
All right, here we go.
811.
I'm going to
eight-
let you each have a final
800.
answer. It does not have to be at the same time, and both will count if it's correct. Atlas first. How many left-hand turns to finish the race must you complete? Go.
804.
Adam.
800.
Atlas, question for you.
It's 200 laps. I just remembered.
It's,
201. It's 201 laps.
It's 200 laps.
Shoot. No.
It is 200 laps.
It's 201. I remember it being a weird number because it's not 200.
Okay, what is 200 times 2?
400.
Okay, and what is 200 times
100.
0.5? 100. And 400 plus 100 is 500.
I swear I remember it being a weird number.
199 is when they give the white flag.
Okay, yeah.
The
that's
checkered
what
is
I
at
remember.
200. So 200, Adam, correct. Adam 2, Atlas 1. Here we go. Several people have won the race this many times, and it's the most that any driver has ever won the Indianapolis
Joseph
500.
Newgarden.
False.
What is the
No.
number of wins that is
4.
the most?
3.
It's 4.
It is 4. Adam 3. Atlas negative
Isn't it-
16.
Shut up.
Can I get a bonus point if
Hold
I can
on.
tell you
You
who?
will get a point for each driver. Atlas, stop looking at the screen
But
behind
none
us.
of them have it.
Incorrect information.
I can tell you
Stop
right
looking.
now.
All right, Adam, and I'm going to give you points for it because Atlas is literally looking at the answers right now. So,
I don't know the names of any of these people, brother.
okay, Adam, go. If
My
there-
boy.
first of all, how many are there?
4.
There's 4. Correct. Adam
There are
gets
4.
now an extra point. Go.
It's 4 laps. Or it's
4 laps.
It's 4 wins, and there's 4 people that have done it so far.
Yes, correct.
Elio Castroneves,
1,
AJ Foyt,
2,
Al Unser Sr.,
3.
Rick Mears.
You were so close. Al Unser Sr. Wait a minute. My God, I think you're right. The 4th one's escaping me.
Is
Hold
it
on.
Rick Mears?
Hold on. It's absolutely Rick Mears. It's absolutely Elio.
Foyt.
It's absolutely AJ. It's Al Unser Sr. Al Sr. is the 4th.
Clean sweep.
Atlas, you looking it up right now?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
It's Al Sr. It's 100% Al Sr. Because, Adam, when we met Al
AJ
Jr.
Fort, Al Unser Sr.,
There you
Rick
go.
Mears, and Elio Catch.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, Adam, you
Clean
just won
sweep.
the contest because you had the extra points and the bonus points, and Atlas was negative 17. So
I can also tell you the name of the trophy.
okay, are you looking at the answers right now?
No. This
What's
is
the-
just this is
what
just
is
stuff you have seared into my head.
What is it,
Borg Warner.
Alice? You got some work to do.
Pato Award.
What's the name of the
Literally have gone to so many races with you. I watch F1 with you. We're in the same league together. I go to all your Browns games. I watch Browns games with you.
You're doing
Come
yes,
on.
I know, but
I'm the better
You're-
child here.
this is not about better children. This is about race trivia, and right now, Adam owns you. Owns you like
nobody
a
owns
rabbit.
anybody. Nobody owns anybody in the United States. actually.
Actually,
You're
shut up.
Owned like a rabbit.
I'm
Like a
not a
hamster is
sore
illegal.
loser, guys.
You're a hamster in a wheel,
Oh.
and Adam is flicking you,
What does that even mean?
spraying you with water
Okay.
because you're so slow on the wheel. The wheel's getting rusty. So we haven't been on air in a while, and it feels good to be back.
All
Yes, it
right.
does.
Yeah, it feels great.
I actually forgot we were recording for a second. I thought we were just having kind of a jam session.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I got pooped on the floor and then crapped all over and then punched in the balls.
What are you talking about? No, you just got sprayed with water in a little hamster wheel. You're just trying to keep going around. And maybe if you're lucky, we'll put you in the little plastic bulb. The little plastic bulb that you can put the hamsters in. I'm trying to protect my voice.
And he's been silenced. I have long enough arms to like mute him, so it's a beautiful silence.
The little plastic thing that you put the hamster in and he can run around, right? And then the thing is, like, Adam might even open the door and just let you go down the stairs just for fun, just to see how it all turns out.
I'm never going to a race with you ever again. I'm taking off this bracelet. I'm burning my Pato blanket.
Oh no, there goes, oh, is that Atlas in the hamster ball? Oh my gosh, did the door just open?
Guys, I'm quitting. This is my last episode ever.
All right, so with the Indy
Yeah, is it
500
funny?
trivia.
Is it funny? Is it funny?
It is funny, Luigi.
That made me just
I-
never want to ever talk or hear ever again.
I am crashing out.
Oh God.
Let's lock in.
Oh God.
Give me some
I have
other
made
ones.
a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
I'm a Costco guy.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
I'm a Costco guy. Of course I'm drinking a cup of coffee.
Are you actually?
Costco guys. Of
Mhm.
course we got to try the new
Are you
double
actually
chunk
drinking
chocolate
coffee?
cookie.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. Why? What is
Why are
it?
you
to
drinking coffee at 9:00 at night?
Why don't you mind your own business?
All right.
Because Natalie and I are the two people that I know where caffeine doesn't affect them like normal people. So,
It's called ADHD.
Me too.
what are you talking? What are y'all talking about?
Me too.
Caffeine doesn't bother you guys either?
No.
Sweet.
Just makes me shake.
Then we're.
Yeah.
Have you ever had too much coffee without food
Yes.
and you just want to throw up?
Yeah.
Gut rot is what we call it. It's disgusting.
Well, Atlas, coffee may make you want to shake, but being alive makes me shake. So, get it? Because I have tremors.
I'm crashing out.
You're so funny, Ian. Oh my god, you're so funny, Ian.
I'm going to crash out now.
All right. Any other Indy 500 questions, comments, or concerns we want to talk about?
That's a
Please,
good
one more. I
point.
need to redeem myself. Please. Please. Please.
Here's the thing, Atlas. I'm really struggling here to come up with a question that you're going to know the answer to in a way that's quicker than Adam. And I don't know what that's going to be, but let me see if I can find, hold on here. Indy 500 trivia questions for preschoolers. Hold on just a second.
Whoa.
I think I will. All right, we're going to do 2 more. We're going to do speed round. Ready?
Speed round.
Here we go. Here's number 1. Name one Indy 500 driver who didn't have a penis. Go.
Milka Duno.
Catherine Lake.
Both are correct. Name one more. Go.
Danica Patrick.
Oh,
I got
Atlas
it
is back in the
first.
game.
Ha, ha, ha.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, and let me go back to 2
The
other
way
ones.
you worded that was crazy, by
2
the
other
way.
ones.
Didn't have a penis.
It is factual, though. I've seen the records. Okay, so here's the
Yikes.
question.
What?
Yikes.
Here's the question.
Yikes.
There are 2 questions I'm going to ask, and these are lightning round. First winner of the Indy 500. Go.
It was like a bumblebee car though. Like it was called like the Bumblebee or something.
Very close.
Because there's a statue of it in Carmel.
There is. It's a white. It's not white. It's yellow and black.
Yeah.
Number 32.
Bumblebee. I don't know who it was, but it
Anybody?
was a bumblebee.
Adam? Anybody? Nobody?
No idea.
Ray Haroon won the first Indy 500 in what year?
1936.
1902.
Oh, 1911.
I was going to say 1911 after that.
So there you
Right,
go.
sure you were. Yeah, I bet you would.
Says the woman who said 1936.
But you came back with Danica Patrick, which was really good.
Thank you, I know.
So
GoDaddy.com.
nice play. Yes. Good. Even know the sponsor. Very, very solid. All right. So we are getting closer to that glorious month of May, and that gets us closer to the Speedway, which increases Speedway talk every single week. Also, what's going on right now? We're in the NBA playoffs. The Pacers just beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 1, pretty large margins. So game 2 tomorrow night in the NBA playoffs. The NHL also underway. And then Thursday night, we happen to have a little something going on. Anybody know? The NFL draft is Thursday.
Oh,
So
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, really?
Cleveland Browns have pick number 2. It is undetermined how they will screw it up, but they've still
Travis
got a few
Hunter.
days
They're
to
going to choose
figure it out.
Hunter.
I kind of like Travis Hunter.
Yeah, that's good.
We need a quarterback, though, kid. Let's just be clear. But
Well, they didn't just waste $4 million on Joe Flacco. And
yeah, so since we've been on the air, we brought Flacco back, Adam. I don't know if you saw the Browns have picked back up Joe Flacco from the Indianapolis
TSPMO.
Colts. And
TSPMO.
what is TSPMO? Does it mean I'm locked out or crashing out?
This
S pisses
word
me off.
pisses me off.
Oh, nice. TSMPO.
TSPMO.
Tisempo.
Tispamo. Tispamo.
TSPMO.
So
Less than or just over 2 weeks until our lovely concert as well.
let's
by the
talk
way,
about
in
it.
May.
Let's talk Sorry, that was the wrong button. Let's talk about it. What's going on in 2 weeks, dog?
In just over 2 weeks, we are seeing, and I talk about him a lot. Atlas is over there sleeping. Dad and I are going up to Columbus, Ohio for Sonic Temple, and we are going to see my boys, Ice Nine Kills.
We are going to see Ice Nine Kills. We're also going to see my boys that I've wanted to see for a really long time, and that would be Metallica.
Yes, sir.
Don't know what that was, but I like it. So we're going to see Metallica, a little Ice Nine Kills. Who else was it? Adam, do you know? I'm going to pull it up here real quick because
I'm
the
also-
lineup
Red
for
Durst.
Sunday, Well,
Durst.
Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit is not there. The Philadelphia trip
Oh.
did not play out because I
Because
found
you
out
have to graduate, I
that
guess.
somebody was graduating. So we decided that the graduation was more important.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you decided that.
Metallica,
Well, it was a tough decision. We actually had to
Alice
do
in
a coin
Chains,
toss.
Chevelle,
Yeah, Alice
Quicksand,
in Chains. Exactly.
Um,
Hollywood Undead, bro.
Hollywood Undead, Asking Alexandria, Arch Enemy, Guar.
I like Guar. I want to see
Power
them
Trip.
throw blood. That's what they do.
Are they all like performing at the same time, or is that throughout the
Well,
day?
you know what's crazy is the lineup is out, but they haven't come out with the times yet. The time is here to be. Let me see if I click full lineup. Is it just showing the picture still? Yes, it is. So still not showing where we're at, but they are showing who the headliners are. So I do believe that we will get to see Ice Nine Kills and Metallica without issue. So
Lovely.
that will be very cool. They did just add a band that I would have liked to have seen and didn't know that was going to be a thing. If next year, I would say that we look at the entire schedule and maybe go for more days, Adam.
Who are you talking about? ICP?
ICP and St. Clown Posse has been
You
added.
are not allowed to watch ICP without me. You're not allowed to go see ICP live
Ministry
without me. You're
has
not.
also been
No.
there. Cannibal Corpse is also
Rob
in
Zombie,
there. Seven Dust, Hatebreed, which I've also enjoyed
Alice
in the
Cooper,
past.
I Prevail, Lincoln Park.
Cooper, I Prevail, Filter. I mean, it's a
Korn.
solid show. And Nitzer Ebb, who I love. Just a lot of cool stuff. Sick Puppies. Nope, not who I thought it was. Or nope. Anyway, so lots of good bands. Looking forward to that. But man, we're just a couple of weeks away
Grandson?
from that. Capri Sun.
Grandson.
What?
Like the.
Oh yeah, Grandson the rapper. Love him.
That's interesting that
Um,
he's going to be at Sonic Temple.
I know it's doesn't really match, but it would be fun to see him. He's just not on our day either. But so this coming up weekend, not a lot going on. The weekend after that is the Mini Indy, which is a 13.1 mile race. It's it's a half marathon that happens here in the city of Indianapolis. That is a kickoff to what's called the 500 Festival, which lasts obviously throughout the month of May. Natalie and I will be participating in the Mini Indy Half Marathon. We will be walking, and part of that, by the way, does take you around the 2.5 mile oval of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So I'm going to get to walk that here in a couple of weeks. And then the week after that, Adam and I will be at the Sonic Dealio,
Yes, sir.
and that'll be fun. And then a couple of weeks after that, Atlas graduates on Friday. The big race is on Sunday. And then a couple of weeks after that, still a little bit TBD, but Atlas, have we talked about the trip?
I don't know.
I don't think we have, but tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing for your grad present.
For my senior trip, we're gonna go visit a crap load of amusement parks. So we're gonna visit the Six Flags in Chicago. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know if it's Great America or something.
I think it is Great America, but yeah, Six Flags of Chicago is what we used to call it.
We're gonna go to Kings Island, of course.
We
We're
will
gonna
hit-
go to Cedar
Yes.
Point, and we're gonna
Yes.
go to Kentucky Kingdom.
Yes, so we're
then
going to
we're
hit
heading
all
back
4 of those,
home.
and then we'll head back home, and it should be super cool. The other thing that we haven't talked about on the show was our most recent trip for your senior spring break.
Oh,
That was fun.
yeah.
We took a little trip down to
We went to the Smoky Mountains.
Gatlinburg.
Oh,
We got
Oh.
a little British,
no.
little
no.
bloody. We were in Gatlinburg for about 3 days where we got a little bloody, and
Dude,
we
British
didn't get
people,
bloody.
like,
But we did see a
no.
bear. A bear freaking came up to the
Bear, what is this? A gay bar? I've made that joke so many times. Wait.
Daggone it. Dude, if you're going to do it, you got to hit the right button. And I missed. So there you go. So that's a little bit of getting caught up on what's coming up here the next couple of weeks in the world of Wasson, which is always fun. I finally, guess what I got, everybody? I finally got it this week.
What?
Indiana Jones.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. I'm about 2 hours in. I started off on the beginner mission because I'm not a huge gamer outside of the sports world. And I wanted it to it's guiding me through a little bit of the gameplay and where to go and all of that. There's still plenty of rooms to get lost in and have no idea what you're doing, but the game is phenomenal. The voice is phenomenal. So that's awesome. And then the
Troy
only other
Baker.
thing that what's that, Adam?
Troy Baker.
Who's Troy Baker? The guy that did the voice? I know that Harrison Ford, actually, they talked to him about the voice, and he was like, yeah, I don't care. He sounds just like me. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
it kind of looks like him and it sounds like him, and it's super cool. So if you're a game person and you're at all into the Indiana Jones stuff, just get it. It's so far so good. It's super cool. Great cutscenes. The movie, the story is really good. And I think Adam and Atlas can both tell you I'm not a story person. Like, I'm the smash button trying to get to the gameplay piece. And this one, the story is so intertwined with the play. It's just phenomenal. So there's that on the Indiana Jones. Been talking about that one for a while. We also just upgraded on the PS5 to the ESPN Plus package, which gives us Formula One. So, so we've got Formula One EA Sports games that are going to be popping up on the PS5 too. And that way Atlas can be Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc.
You saying it actually makes me just never want to have ears again. So
He's got a great name.
Charles Leclerc.
But Leclerc
Lando
racer
Norris,
for
Oscar
Ferrari.
Piastri,
Lando Norris.
Max Verstappen.
Formula One
Lewis
does have some
Hamilton.
great names for sure. But anyway, lots of cool stuff going on in that side of the equation. All right. So one of the things, Adam, anything that you wanted to hit on, like game-wise, anything else like that? I know we had some questions we wanted to get into, but tell us what all is cooking in your world. You've been quiet so far.
Did you guys watch the first season of The Last of Us on HBO Max?
No.
I have not seen it.
I don't think we've ever talked about it, but The Last of Us is a game series. First game came out in 2013. Second one came out in 2019 or 2020, I think.
Now, is that the one that's based off of a show, or they have a show based off of the game? Is that right?
Yes. The show, the first season of the show premiered in 2023, and then the second season is premiering this year. First episode came out last Sunday. Second episode came out last night. It's amazing. There's
Have you
a lot
seen
of
both episodes already?
Yep.
Nice.
I've played both games. I've seen all of season 1. And I've seen both episodes of season 2, and I'm really enjoying it.
Is the storyline sort of the same?
They definitely hit some of the same like story beats, but there are like certain things that are changed.
Okay.
Just for the sake of like, there are certain things that you can do in a video game that you can't do in TV, and then there's certain things that you can do in TV that you can't do in video games.
True.
So they're able to show a lot more background and a lot more from other characters' perspective as opposed to just the protagonist.
Okay.
Because in the game, you only see things through Joel or Ellie's eyes, or Abby's eyes if it's part 2. In the show, you're going to get to see things from everybody's perspective.
Okay. So it gives you more of a full sort of picture of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very good. I love it a lot.
And then what was the other game that you were playing that's It Takes Two or something like that?
Oh, Split Fiction.
Yeah. Did you finish that?
Yes. Lexi and I finished it Saturday night,
Okay.
I want to
How
say.
was it?
Amazing. Fantastic.
Okay. You loved
10 out
it.
of
Which
10.
one was better, the first one or the second game?
Ooh.
Too
I'm going to
tough?
have to say, ooh. I think It Takes Two was definitely better, but Split Fiction, it was very, very good.
Okay. All right. Now that you've beat it, is there like a story world or anything you can do with it, or is it pretty much done from there?
Just done.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you had that you want to hit on?
No, sir.
All right. So I had asked some questions and put those out there. Do you guys have those handy? I do not have it
I
handy
do.
right now. It looks like Adam is getting it. Atlas is getting them. And these were a little
'Kay,
bit.
I got 'em.
All right. These were a little. What's the word? These were a little
Deep.
deep. I think that's a very fair point. And what I thought was really kind of a fun thing to do on it was that we obviously in one family, but come from very different spots and have had very different progressions to get us where we're at. So I thought it might be kind of interesting to talk about some of this stuff. And really, two things. One, it's going to let you all learn a little bit more about us, just from sort of a personal-ish type nature. And then secondly, I think what I'd like you to do is, if you're listening to this, go through these questions yourself. Think about them. Think about what the answers would be, and see what you can kind of learn from those, because that's certainly what we're going to try to do today. So, to start us off, Atlas, why don't you go ahead and read the first question, and then we'll draw straws to see who gets to talk first.
What has made you who you are today?
Anybody want it first?
Sure.
Lots of deep sighs. Adam wants it.
Sure.
All right, fire away.
I mean, mine is a very simple but cliche answer. Mine is the people that I have decided and chosen to surround myself with. You guys, my friends, my peers. That's you guys. Everybody in my life has helped kind of mold and craft me into the person that I've become.
That's good. I like it. Of that, what was the second one? What are you going to be in 5 years? Okay. So of that group of people, what would you say gives you motivation, knowing that you've kind of put yourself around those people, and those are the people that have made you what that population of people looks like? What is there anything in that then propels you or motivates you to do what you do, or to think about how you shape the future or look forward?
It's definitely the support that everybody gives me for wanting to do what I want to do, whether it be a short film that I have an idea for, or my audiobook that I want to do, or becoming a voice actor. It is just outright support that everybody shares and gives to me that really makes me know that that's what I'm meant to do, and that I will be okay and get there.
Good. I like it. Alice, you're up.
I just got the most disgusting text of my life. I want to say kind of like Adam's answer, but my family has definitely made me who I am today. There are a lot of traits that I get from my mom, or traits that I get from you, or traits that I get from my sister even. I don't know, I found Ren is been my mentor throughout the whole life, because we've just kind of been together through everything. So I feel like she's definitely also had an effect on how I am today. And I still find myself being able to go back to her if I need anything. Yeah.
So same thing to that population, those group, those people that have formed you. And the thing that's interesting is, right, Adam's 26, bro. Yeah,
25.
25. We'll be 26 here in about 3 months. So a 25-year-old versus an 18-year-old is a little bit different perspective. So in your world, obviously a little bit, not necessarily a smaller population of influence, but it is kind of, because you've kind of been constricted from, the housing situation, and, you have a job and you've got the people at school and that sort of stuff. But what propels you? What kind of drives you as you look forward? Is it gleaming things from that population, or are you kind of more self-driven? This is boom, boom, boom. This is what I want to accomplish for me. Or are you pushed by the population that is around you and supports you?
For me, it's a lot of, I guess, a lot of it comes from stuff that I want for myself, but I think a lot of it also comes from stuff that I think my family wants for me. They want me to have a stable job, and they want me to live a good life or whatever. So I think that pushes me to really find the opportunities and find the chance to have the life that I want and that will satisfy me so
Yeah.
that my family can be satisfied.
Nice. Well, that's a good answer. And it's, you know, I think everybody has a little bit different view of that and a different, you're either pushed or pulled, I think, when you go through life and when you get to those sort of transitions. You're either pushed by a population of people or you're kind of pulled from yourself to do it. So you've got a little bit of both in that situation. And Adam, back to you just real quick on your difference of push and pull. Where would you say the majority of your drive comes from? Is it more being pushed by people, or do you find it's pull, or is it a decent combination of both?
I think a decent combination of both. I think certainly there is more push of like, hey, go do this. Like, we're going to be here and we're going to like push you in this direction. But there's I think a lot of where the pull comes in is the pulling me up to like mentally when I need it.
Mm-hmm. The interesting thing is at the end of the day, there's only so much pushing that can be done.
Right.
I mean, you're going to have to pull at some point. So I think it just kind of depends on what drives, that sort of situation. I think, my answer to the question of, what makes me who I am today is obviously very different than Adam, because I'm twice your age. And, Atlas, I'm like 475 times your age. So I've had a lot more stuff that's, my picture of completeness is more complete. That was stupid. My puzzle of what my life will look like has more pieces filled in than you guys does. So, if I look at that and I'm answering that question in terms of what has made me who I am, I think it's a combination of multiple things. And I think one of the things that you guys don't know yet, but you will know, is that you will have influence from that population in terms of parents and colleagues and friends, but you will also receive influence from your kids. And that was the thing I didn't expect, was to kind of be pushed by your children to be better than you were before them. And it's an awesome thing. I did not have a college degree when I got out of college. In fact, I had a pretty quick exit out of college. Fortunately, I found a career that I'm madly in love with and have been doing it for 28 years. But when I got into this business, I did not have a college degree. It wasn't until 12 years ago where I decided to go back to school. 13 years ago, I decided to go back to school and finally finish that thing. And then one of the main reasons I did that was so that you guys would look at it and be like, you know what? Dad not only says never, ever, ever, ever give up, but he also lives it and he does it. So in many ways, you guys have been the push from that. And then the one thing that I think that I've always sort of dealt with, and it may have come out in a very negative way, but it's just the way that I'm wired, is always looking for approval of people, specifically the approval of my father, right? And always felt like I wasn't just good enough. It wasn't necessarily anything that he did necessarily, but I just found myself, as I was trying to, do things in life, I constantly felt like I came up short. I always thought like, and you guys are too young for this, but there was a show called Leave It to Beaver. And
I've heard of it.
little Beaver was a kid, and all he did was screw stuff up. He would get this close to being where he wanted to be, and then he would do something to screw it all up. And I think the vast majority of my life up to a certain point, I was Leave It to Beaver. And I would get there and I'd be really close and then I'd blow it all up. And, so I think for me personally, it was seeking my dad's approval. That was the push that got me to the spot at which the kids, you guys, have continued the push. but I'm always been pretty pulled as well by, what's internal and things that I want to try to accomplish, and being disciplined in terms of being able to try to do it. And I look back over a 28-year career that I'm extremely proud of, and super excited to see where it plays out, for the rest of my working life. But again, to that point, is it's like, yeah, at some point you've just got to get up and do it for yourself. So that would be my answer to that question. Is it's been the same sort of population that you guys had, but I think what you'll find over life is you're going to continually get things that kind of popcorn around that continue to push you to do things that maybe you're not comfortable with, because there are going to be things that push you out of your comfort zone. If Adam, you know this better than anybody listening, me and you do, and that is, could you have imagined 2 years ago Atlas being on a podcast
No.
and talking in front of people and doing this? There's just no way in the world you would have ever done that. And something has pushed you, whether it was, and I think it was probably more of an internal drive thing than it was anything like pushing you to do it. But it's just, you're always going to have these levels of growth as you kind of continue to go. So there's the long-winded answer, which I'm really good at, for the first of those questions. Adam, what was the second one that we had talked about that we were going to hit on?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
All right, I'll take this one first, and I'll go first on this one because we have, 19 minutes left. I can totally run the clock out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. This will probably be the shortest answer that I have, and that is, in 5 years from now, there's 4 things that I want to be in 5 years from now. And that would be a better financial advisor, a better father, a better husband, and a better follower of Jesus. If I can do those 4 things in the next 5 years, I just know that my life will just continue to expand in fullness and happiness. So that's what I'm being driven by right now. And those are my main chasing things in the next 5 years. Now, that's going to be very different than you guys, right? If you think about life as this sort of like roller coaster where it goes up this hill and you guys are in the up the hill part, right? And you're kind of getting to the and you get over the top and then you go down. There is a period of things, or a period of life in general, regardless of who you are or where you're at, where there is some coasting that can happen. And I'm in that sort of a coasting period. And when you're coasting, it's not a bad thing, but you have to do something with the drive. And for me, that's just the decision to try to find a few key areas where I can be better at things and really focus in on that. In your guys' spot, it's completely different, right? You're still on the climb. You're not, in a coasting sort of spot. So I'm interested to hear your guys' answers, because I think you have that spot in life where you can do it, right? You can still get there. So with me, those are my issues, or not my issues. Those are the things that I want to focus on here for the next 5 years and continue to do what I'm doing. But who wants to go next in terms of your next 5-year plan as you look at it? Okay, I'll pick one of you if you'd rather.
I was going to let Atlas go if they want to go first.
All right, Atlas, you're up.
Oh, big old year of 2030. Hopefully, I will have graduated college. Hopefully, I'll be in a police academy or in the police force. Whoa, English. Hopefully, I probably will have moved to somewhere else. Just so I can start fresh and start my life there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are pretty big things. So we want to finish college, be doing what you've gone to college for, sort of reset your location to reset yourself, which I've done that in my career a few times, right? I'm Cincinnati, then Detroit, then Cincinnati, and then Indianapolis for the past almost 20 years. So I get that. Any idea where you want to reset?
I was thinking East Coast, like northern East Coast.
All right.
Because I've always wanted to live in a cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods. You can make a movie about that.
They have.
Ha 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 ha.
I know,
Ha
I'm
ha
kidding.
ha ha.
All right. So, all right. Well, cool. There's your 5. We got them. Do you know them? I mean, are those things that you know? What I mean by that is, are they written down?
No, but they're in my brain, and they've been in my brain since sophomore year of high school.
That's good, but write them down. Write down your goals. It's always important to do. And then, real quick, before we get to you, Adam, the other thing that we need to do, what's one of the things we're going to do here in the next couple of weeks? That's right.
Shooting range.
Yeah, we're going to the range. So that
Home
we
on
can
the
get
range.
Atlas a little bit comfortable with the firearm to make sure this police force is the way that we're going to be heading when we start shooting the big dogs. So that's coming up. Well, that leaves us up to the man in the red glasses over there, Mr. A-Dog Wasson.
Yes,
Adam, tell us a
sir.
little bit about kind of like where you're at, man. What's that journey look like for you? And tell us about the next 5 years.
Next 5 years. Simple, easy. I think for the past, how long have I been graduated? 7 years. For the past 7 years of my life, I have been, I think, pushed and pulled by I think I have been doing things for me and for my life to do what other people want me to do. Keep a job, do, a simple job that I need to progress in that job, get to a point where it can make a career of that job. And within the past year to 2 years, I have realized that is not who I am. I am not a typical 9 to 5 guy. I am not a sit down in a cubicle. That just isn't. That's not how I roll. That is not what gives me satisfaction out of life. What does give me satisfaction out of life is this. I get to stretch my legs from a creative aspect. When I edit these, when I professionally DM, when I do my voice acting stuff, that is who I am. I think those are gifts that I was given to make people happy. And I know in the next 5 years, I am going to strive. I am going to put everything that I have into getting to the point where I want to be.
That's solid, bro. So I love the vision. I love the self-realization because that's critical. You got to know who you are. And then the other part of that, and maybe the first part, and you may have already thought about this, is like, what does your step 1 look like?
Well, there are certain aspects that the step 1 could be. I mean, if this is a thing that I want to keep doing, step 1's already done. We're on step 42 at this point.
Right.
Voice acting. I mean, I have a story that I am writing that I will be acting in. I had an acting job a few weeks ago. I unfortunately couldn't go due to some medical problems, but I have another one, or I've been talking to the director of that to get another acting job lined up. There are things that I'm actively doing to get to where I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Good. So you're really kind of coming at it from a different approach. You had the excuse me, you had the push aspect of things, and it got you so far, but it's kind of pushing you into a cheese grater. You're like, this is not where I want to be. So now you take that push and you'll able to kind of pull internally and turn that push into a drive. And then you kind of know what you're going to chase after and that sort of stuff. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, sir.
I like it. That's good. Well, keep us up to date on what you got coming out. And as you do some of these acting things and all of that, make sure you're getting it out there effectively and efficiently. So that's awesome, man. And just know that, obviously we're here rooting for you. So All right. Um, I'm gonna unmute Atlas here for a second, who has taken the microphone out of the mic stand. Apparently, is gonna sing us a tune, or what
I
are
got
we?
bored. I needed a new
Oh, you needed something to. All right.
perspective.
All right. Well, good. Those are good conversations there for the first two, and then there was a third one that we're gonna go through here to put a bow on it. And Adam, why don't you go ahead and read us the third one if you have that handy?
What do you want to be remembered for when you die?
That's difficult stuff, is it not? What do you want to be
No.
remembered for when you die? No,
Not for me.
Oh, please take it first.
And I think that this comes from like the basis of who I am as a person. When I die, I want the people that I love, the people that I know the best, to remember me for the loyalty and support that I give to them, and the wide open arms that I always have coming into a new situation. That's what I try to do, because I had so many moments when I was a child where there weren't those open arms, and there were those cliques that were always so closed off and only kept to themselves, and that hurts. That sucks. I want people to feel like they belong, and that's what I want to be remembered for. Is my empathy and my lovingness for people.
That's solid. I will say that. Now, I cannot imagine, just from what I've heard and everything that I've ever heard, is not a single person ever say anything bad about you. And I think that's because of the empathy that you carry for people. So, I would say that you're halfway home, but you're only 25. So let's say that you're a quarter of the way home. You still got a long way to go, but you keep the attitude and keep treating people the way you are, and that's exactly where you're headed for. So that's awesome, man.
Hopefully, I still have 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Atlas has turned the chair around, is now sitting on the back of the chair, basically looking over at us. And Atlas, for you, this is a very long answer. Not necessarily a long answer, but a long time to get to the answer. So you may not have this whole thing fleshed out at 18 years of age, but at some point, it's just going to happen, right? We're all going to die. And when you do,
Can we not get into this talk again?
when you do, tell us a little bit about what do you want to be known for at the end of this whole thing?
Honestly, I haven't really lived through my life with the intent of being remembered a certain way. I don't want to do anything extraordinary. Like, I don't strive to do that. Like, I don't strive to be remembered by a lot of people. But I want people to remember me for the love that I gave them, and the love that I could offer them, and the help that I could offer them. And I want people to take away from me different, like, I want people to take away not the memory of me, but the memory of the stuff that I taught them, and the memory of just the way that I made them feel, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want, like Adam was talking about, I want people to feel like they're like welcomed and accepted everywhere. And when I die, I want them to pass that on to others. So I want to push people to act, or this sounds weird. I want to push people to do a certain thing and act a certain way, because I want them to make the world around them a better place. So I don't want to be remembered for anything specific, but I want that the ideas and the thoughts that I have to be passed through to everyone based on genuinely how it made people feel.
So instead of remembering you, per se, you want to make an impact.
Yeah.
A
On the people
transferable
who-
impact to
on the people who meet me, and then on the people who meet the people who have met me.
Yeah. Awesome.
Like like an STD, you know?
Okay.
Spread it through everyone.
There we go. There's the quote of the day. I want to make an impact on people, Adam, just like an STD does. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's how the 18-year-old wraps up the answer. That's probably the answer of the show with the STD line. So
What about you, old man?
I'm going to be the first one to get there. So hopefully this is accurate. And you know what I really want everyone to know, I think when I'm dead and they either come and see me or think, you know, not come and see me, but know that I'm no longer here, is really two things. First and foremost, that God literally changed that guy's life. And secondly, sorry.
All good, man.
Well, that's harder than I thought it would be. And secondly, that in the middle of his life, ran into a complete buzzsaw and did what he said he was going to do and never, ever, ever gave up. And had one of the greatest comebacks of all time.
Yes, sir.
DPOY, not DPOY.
So,
CPOY.
Atlas, hit that applause. No, wait, I got
Dude,
it. Hit the.
do you think I
here
can
you go.
reach
Here you
the
go. Here's the
sound
applause
button? Get over it.
Oh.
Cause you're
We
the
got a
goat.
crier.
You're
We got
the
a
goat.
crier over here.
Geez, sorry about that.
Got a cry,
know
baby.
goat?
Sorry.
You know, the thing is, like, we've been watching American Idol, the reruns of American
geez.
Idol, trying to get caught up. And Jelly Roll has been on there, and he's like doing.
Was
like,
that the guy that you sent me, or was that someone else? The picture you sent me.
No, it was that was a contestant on there. But Jelly Roll is a big singer, and he was like, you know, doing mentorship and all that stuff. But man, he's a crier. Every
Yes,
time
he
somebody's
is.
talking to him, he starts crying. So, I guess I just had a Jelly Roll moment. So
Love my man Jelly
I
Roll.
had a jelly roll moment.
I had a Jelly Roll moment
Me.
right there.
Did you have a Costco guys moment?
I did indeed. So
So sorry you started crying on the podcast. I give
Yeah.
you 5 big booms.
let's not
Boom,
do that.
boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom,
boom.
Boom.
Great. I'm glad we did that. So that's my thing, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's going to have something different. But if you're listening, I want you to take it just, you know, jot those 3 things down. What got me where I am? Where am I going to be in 5 years? And when this bad boy's over, how are people going to remember me? What are people going to think? What's going to be the impact that you have? Because you may not know this yet, but you're going to make one. And it can be an impact that is extremely positive. It can be an impact that's extremely negative. It can be an impact that was just like, yeah, no, he's dead. Right? I mean,
Jeez.
that could be your impact. The beautiful thing is you get to choose the impact.
Womp womp.
This is a choose your own adventure kind of life.
Real. Except
Right?
for like laws. You can't like break.
Except
I
for
mean, you
laws. Well,
can.
you don't break laws unless you want to be that negative side of it. But yeah, just find what you love and go after it. That's my
Real.
great advice.
Real. Charles Leclerc.
Doesn't matter what it is. Find your love and go after it, even if it's a
Auto
Ferrari
award.
Formula One driver or Arrows McLaren driver. So, well, there you go. Well, hey guys, I thought that would be a decent conversation. It wasn't one I thought was going to get to the tier land, but we got there, and you know, pretty good use of time, especially for a show that we had just not had for a few weeks. So it was good to get back, and we'll, you know, continue as we get closer to the Indianapolis 500. We'll have some more trivia, and we'll have some more deep talks where we can talk real life a little bit. And I think that's probably a good thing for
Yes.
everybody, including us. We've got here about a little bit of time left, which is super specific, by the way. But I don't think it's a show, Adam, unless we have a quote of the week from
Facts.
Atlas. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
All right. So these quotes come from Atlas's quote book, which can come from a ungodly number of places by almost anybody. And the only rule we have, Adam,
No context.
no context. So you're going to hear this quote, and it will not be explained in terms of where it's coming from. So, Atlas, what is the quote of the week?
We've said offensive stuff on here before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the quotes? Okay.
Yeah.
You look like you have Down syndrome right now. No offense. From Nick,
Oh.
Who's Nick?
my friend.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Now,
He said no offense.
well, of course. Of course.
I wasn't supposed to be offended.
And the one thing that always happens when somebody says no offense, it was offensive. It was an offensive statement, or else you wouldn't say no offense, right? Nobody would be like, hey, Adam, you look really ugly. No offense, right?
None
I mean,
taken.
by the time you say no, none taken. None taken. That's the other great response. No offense.
I have another one.
None taken.
If that tickles our fancy.
All right, we get one more quote since it's a special week. Adam, do you see the red flashing light? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are there a bunch of fat people on my lock screen? My laptop weighs about 1,000 pounds heavier now. From Dad.
Well, there you go. No context, but
Oh wait! Happy late birthday to the Rizzler! Yes.
It's one of the
They
Costco
know
guys.
me as the Rizzler. I'm the Panther dressed in black.
let's lock
When I
in
give
here
her
before we
girl a
crash
whistle,
out.
she never
Let's get this
goes
bad
back.
boy wrapped up.
We bring the boom.
And that was a cue for the music.
It's not playing. Why is it not playing?
We bring the boom to you.
You better hurry up. She's playing.
Boom.
She's bringing the boom.
We bring the boom to everyone.
It's not
bring the boom. Your favorite daughter. Your favorite mom.
Have a good week, guys.